Once, when I got bored on my computer, I decided to play a game that I hadn't before. I had heard great reviews for Plants vs. Zombies, so I decided to check it out. I searched for a torrent, and I found one. It seemed like the kind that I wanted to use. I could only get one seed for the torrent, so it took about a whole day to download. The next day, after it finished, I opened it. It was in a folder named Plants Z Plant, rather than being named Plants vs. Zombies.exe or PVZ.exe. The application was called Deadplants.exe. When I opened it, it seemed normal, except for a few minor differences, such as how the music sounded a bit off key, higher than usual. When I clicked on the button for Adventure Mode, it never showed the animation of a hand rising up from the ground, nor did it play the sound effect that goes with it. The call played at the beginning of the stage was replaced by a scream, which made me jump at first. Other than that, it seemed normal. The first level seemed harder than usual, even with only one lane to defend. Zombies ended up eating one of my pea shooters. The next stage seemed a bit difficult too. Zombies came a bit early, and one of them actually got two of my sunflowers. I wonder why someone would make a game so much difficult like this. Despite the raised difficulty, I pushed on. While playing through the first few night stages, I noticed a few weird things. The sky was dark and stormy rather than clear. The graves, rather than having silly or comical inscriptions on them, had names of celebrities that had died recently, such as Amy Winehouse. I wonder if whoever hacked this version of the game put them up as a joke, because I didn't find it funny. Whenever I used a Gravebuster, a message popped up saying, "Why?" Was this game trying to teach kids a lesson? Later on in the game, the music seemed to be messed up. In the fog level, the pitch of the music got higher with each level. Until the last level, it was almost unbearable. Then, it was the first roof level. In the place of music was a faint static. With each level, the static got louder and louder until it was so loud that I had to turn off the music. Instead of the last level with the Zombot, when I finished the last roof stage, it went to a black screen with the white text on it saying, "Why did you do this to us?" I was wondering what that meant. After that, the game went to a level that looked like the lawn in the beginning, because it was half as large as another lawn on the other side of the screen. That was an exact mirror image of the lawn I was planting on. In the beginning, when I shed zombies that I would encounter in the level, it was empty. Selected the following plants: sunflower, pea shooters, repeaters, twin sunflowers, magnet shrooms, coffee beans, torch wood, and pumpkins. I still had only 8 slots. I turned the music back on from before, but it appeared that this level didn't have music anyway. The level played out normal at first, and I could only plant on the lawn to the left. I got the chance to plant 5 sunflowers before anything happened, and then, on the other side, a pea shooter appeared, except the pea shooter looked really creepy. In place of eyes were dark, soulless voids. Unlike with most creepypastas I read, the eyes didn't have red pupils in the middle or anything, just dark, soulless voids. It started firing at peas and sunflowers I had in a row, except the peas it shot looked old and diseased. It ended up killing my sunflower like the zombotany. Then, after 2 sunflowers were planted in the lane above it, they had the same dark soulless voids for eyes. Then I realized that these were the plants that had been eaten by zombies. Whenever one of the plants on that side was planted, the screen grew a bit darker and less saturated. The plants' numbers were getting overwhelming. All my plants were dying quicker than I could plant new ones. I was barely able to kill any of the opposing plants. I knew this wouldn't go well. When the screen was about twice as dark as it should be, the saturation had already been reduced to grayscale. After a while, the screen was almost too dark to see. At this point, my plants had been weakened to just a few sunflowers and pumpkins. The screen was starting to blur itself, and it stopped at a point where I could barely even see what was going on. Eventually, the screen kept deteriorating to the point where the whole screen was just black. At this point, I could hear the crunching noises that play when a zombie made it to your house, Instead of normal shout that plays, the screen just turned white for about 7 seconds. Then the screen turned vertically striped red and white. I could hear a horribly distorted screaming noise that almost freaking popped my ears. Then the application just terminated, and it just went to desktop. A message popped up that said random characters in no particular pattern. This leaves me startled thinking, what the heck was that? Now whenever I try to open the application back up, it goes to black screen, then a white screen, and the red and white stripes, and plays the same distorted screen. Then closes itself, leaving the same nonsensical error message. After that experience, I never pirated another game. Very angry that any sick idiot would make such a thing, because that screaming noise will forever be stuck in my head. I hope that someday the plants in our neighborhood would stop dying.